I can't say it. It's an old song, but it's PAW backwards.
Stefon, what really went down? Let's talk about it because Stefon Diggs just gave the internet one of the funniest, low-key, sweetest Cardi B moments ever. And somehow that tiny moment flipped into a full-blown debate about their relationship, their future. What started as a basic press conference answer turned into a double signal, soft launch and hard launch energy at the same time, with that clear, that's my woman vibe all over it. So yeah, if you missed it, here's the quick breakdown because this didn't pop up out of nowhere. Cardi and Diggs have been low-key orbiting each other for a while now, just moving smart and quiet. Back in October 2024, people started spotting the clues, small hints, funny coincidences, and those why are they always in the same spot at the same time moments. Nothing was confirmed, but let's be real, the internet never sleeps. Fans were connecting dots like pros, and folks were already whispering that something serious might be going on behind the scenes. At that time, though, things were still complicated. Cardi was technically still married to Offset and deep in divorce proceedings, so everything stayed quiet and low-key messy. Nothing loud, nothing confirmed, just careful moves and side-eye energy from the public while everybody tried to read between the lines. Fast forward to June the next year, and that's when the game stopped. No more hiding, no more mystery moves. They popped out together, showing up side by side, moving comfortable, moving like a real couple. And that's when people really locked in because Cardi didn't just look like she was dating someone new. She looked genuinely happy. Not that staged Instagram smile either. This was glowing, relaxed, unbothered happy. After everything folks watched her go through with Offset, that switch up in energy was loud. Then boom, September 2025 hits and everything changes. Cardi announces she's pregnant with Diggs' baby, and the timeline went crazy. Everybody had opinions because this wasn't a cute little situation anymore. This was family level serious, real life, real responsibility. They welcomed their son in November, and since then, Cardi has been right by his side, locked in, supportive, and fully standing 10 toes down with him. She's out there at Patriots games in straight up freezing weather, bundled all the way up, yelling from the sidelines, hyping him like she's been a football wife her whole life already. And it's honestly kind of cute because you can tell she wants to be there. Not forced, not for cameras, just locked in and cheering loud. So now we hit this week, Super Bowl Media Day. And you already know how those interviews get. Reporters start tossing random questions just hoping something goes viral. Somebody asks Diggs about Cardi, then casually slides in. What's your favorite Cardi B song? Easy setup, right? You'd expect something sweet, maybe romantic, something safe. Nah, this man didn't hesitate at all. He smiles and says, I can't say it. Then adds, it's PAW backwards. For half a second, the room freezes. Then it clicks. UAP, sir, that song, you could tell he thought spelling it backward was slick, but everybody started laughing because let's be real. We all knew exactly what he meant, and the moment was loud without him saying a single extra word. And the thing is, none of it felt forced or rehearsed at all. It came off natural, effortless, like that's really his girl, and he truly messes with her music for real. That's what made the moment both funny and cute at the same time. It wasn't giving PR clean answers. It was giving, yeah, I actually play her songs, no script, no filter. But of course, the internet was never gonna let it stay just a moment. The second that clip dropped, people started digging deeper. Folks were like, hold on. He talks about her with pride. She's at every game. They just had a baby, and now he's joking about her songs during Super Bowl week. That doesn't feel casual at all. That feels serious, locked in, not going anywhere type of serious. And that's exactly why engagement rumors started bubbling up again. When a man is that comfortable claiming you publicly in front of cameras, reporters, and the whole world, that usually means he's not playing games. It's giving partner energy, not fling energy. And after everything Cardi went through in her last marriage, people can't help but notice the difference loud and clear. Different. This whole dynamic looks calmer, way less chaotic, way less drama, and way more supportive. It's giving balance, trust, and real I got you energy. So moving on, this is where things quietly shift from cute to, okay, wait a minute now. This starts feeling serious. The joke earlier was funny and all, but what Diggs said after that is the part people aren't talking about enough. And honestly, this is where the story really takes a turn. During that same press conference, one reporter chose mess, the smart kind of mess, and asked the question everybody was already thinking, but nobody wanted to say out loud. They straight up asked him, so after you get your ring, is Cardi getting her ring too? And yeah, the room felt that one immediately. Now you already know how athletes usually move. Most of them dodge questions like that, laugh it off, switch topics, or give that dry PR answer like, we're taking it day by day. But Diggs didn't shut it down at all. And that right there, that's what made people stop and really pay attention, because silence sometimes says way more than words. He laughed, smiled, and then said, it's on the agenda, right? I gotta get mine first though. Sir, on the agenda? Not nah, not we'll see, not no comment. On the agenda. And don't try to convince me that doesn't sound like a man who's already thought this through. When someone says that, it means it's been talked about, considered, and mentally planned out. That wording wasn't random at all. That wasn't an accident, and the internet caught it instantly. People were like, wait a second, did he just soft confirm a future proposal on Super Bowl Media Day? Because let's be honest, that's exactly what it sounded like without him flat out saying it. He basically said, let me lock in my championship ring first, then hers comes next. And when you really think about it, that's kind of wild. This relationship moved fast, from rumored dating to a baby to talking about rings, all in what feels like no time at all. But somehow it doesn't feel rushed or forced. It feels smooth, natural, and real. And that's what has people shook. And then he kept talking about Cardi, and this is where things low-key got emotional and caught people off guard. The vibe shifted fast. No more jokes, no slick answers. It went deeper, real quick. You could hear it in his tone, like this wasn't for the cameras at all. This felt personal, like something he doesn't usually open up about. He started explaining how much her support actually means to him, and that's when it really hit. He shared that growing up, his mom couldn't always come to his games because she had to work. She wasn't able to be in the stands cheering him on like that. And that just wasn't his reality back then. So he grew up not expecting people to show up for him like that. So now, having Cardi there, seeing her in the crowd, bundled up in the cold, yelling his name, pulling up to games, making time out of her packed schedule, he said it hits different. And you could hear it in his voice too. That wasn't hype, that wasn't show, that was gratitude, loud and clear, and it caught everybody in the room off guard. He was basically saying that having a significant other support you like that hits on a whole different level, a deeper appreciation. He straight up called her an amazing woman and broke down how she really shows up. He said she checks on him before the game, after the game, texts him to make sure he's good mentally, good emotionally, not just popping out for cameras, but actually being present for real. And let's pause right there, because that part matters. People love to box Cardi in as just a loud rapper or a funny personality, but behind the scenes, she's clearly nurturing and fully locked in with her man, ride or die energy. No question. He even joked that everyone thinks she's right there on the field, but really she's up in a box somewhere, just vibing, supporting quietly, just wanting to see him win. And honestly, that's what makes it sweet. It's not performative. It's not, look at me, I'm a football girlfriend. It's genuine. And that's probably why their vibe feels different from her past relationships. It doesn't feel chaotic. It feels calm, supportive, and safe. And just to make it even cuter, he added that he's planning to return that same energy for her too. He said when Cardi goes on tour, he's pulling up too, showing up at her shows, standing in the crowd, even joking about holding up signs like a regular fan. And really picture that for a second. Stefon Diggs, NFL superstar, in the crowd with a handmade sign, yelling lyrics like he paid for floor seats. That image alone is hilarious and kind of adorable at the same time. And this right here is why people are starting to look at them differently now. At first, folks were quick to say, oh, it's just a rebound, or this is temporary, or this won't last. But the way he talks about her, that doesn't sound temporary at all. That sounds like partnership. That sounds long-term. That sounds like someone who actually sees a future and isn't scared to say it out loud. Whether people like them together or not, you can't fake that kind of energy. It's natural, it's mutual, and it's consistent. So now everybody's watching closely like, okay, if he wins this Super Bowl, is a proposal next? Is Cardi about to pop out with a ring? Because after all this, that question doesn't sound so wild anymore. So now the real question is, are we about to enter a full wedding era? Because the way he casually said on the agenda had people thinking hard. That wasn't throwaway talk. That sounded planned, intentional, and already mapped out in his head. But let's really talk about it because this whole situation has layers. Do you think Diggs is actually serious about Cardi like that? Do you see an engagement happening sooner rather than later? And how do you feel about this version of Cardi? The calm, supportive, locked-in football mom energy? Or do you miss the more chaotic days? Sound off in the comments because this story is still unfolding. The tea is still hot and people are watching every move closely.